Good evening, good evening. Hello, thank you for coming. What a very smart looking crowd we have out there today. I'm sure many of you have your graduate degrees already. I myself am still getting mine from Arizona State University. And for those of you who don't quite have that degree, you may have a few things you may want to consider. If you're going to listen to Eric Jackson, who's a contributing writer to Forbes magazine, he says this as a word of advice. If you're in an MBA business school right now, stop studying. Stop studying for that accounting test next week. I'm going to make it much easier for you to succeed in your career. He goes on to say, assuming you get your MBA, you're going to have a basic requisite degree on your resume when applying for most managerial jobs. So what's going to ensure you get the job and then get promoted to middle management? What we all want, middle management. Well, aside from combing your hair, brushing your teeth, and wearing nice looking clothes to the interview, you've got to be able to speak well. Now, I don't think he's talking about enunciating or getting rid of that regional accent. I think he's talking about jargon, and in this case, business jargon. We all have to walk the walk and talk the talk. Now, surely some of you out there have been annoyed by, or have even used yourself, one of the following. We need to go after the low-hanging fruit, or let's drill down on that idea. Yeah, really annoying. Okay, come on, you could do worse than that. Some of you smart graduate degree holders, what are some of your favorites apart from those you saw in Office Space? Yeah, you. Right, bandwidth. No, right, so bandwidth. Right now, I don't have the bandwidth for this project. Well, that could be a problem for you because senior management could say, we're going to get someone younger and cheaper and who has a better internet plan. So bandwidth, right. How about you? Right, paradigm shift. I don't even know what that means. What's a paradigm shift? It sounds like something out of Star Trek. It sounds like, Captain, there's been a paradigm shift in the forward-facing capacitors. I can't do it. I don't have the power. Right, a paradigm shift. Lovely. Well, I think I even said to my mother the other day, hey, Mom, so at the end of the day, if you have too many balls in the air, it's not a win-win situation. And she looked at me and said, what does that have to do with Thanksgiving? Yeah, I mean, we've all done it, we've all said it. But, what is the return on investment? With tuition fees ranging from $54,000 to $110,000 for residents and international students respectively, right here at ASU, how do students justify these fees as a plausible ROI for an out-of-touch curriculum? Maybe they only really need to know what to say. A lot of people have a case against jargon. They say maybe it's a way for people to hide or to delay. Maybe it's a wasteful drivel that really means nothing but makes it sound like you know what you're talking about. And it's true, it may only partially tell the tale. Fake it till you make it. But with a little jargon and a cat, you too can get hired. And this is a personal story. Back when I was looking for the job that I have now, I set up a Skype interview, had everything set up really nicely, had the lighting, tested all the equipment, make sure it worked well. I did all my research, made sure I knew what the website had to say. Halfway through the interview, my cat walked right behind me on the couch and kind of started playing with my head, which of course was awful and terrible. But on the other side of the camera, they were having a good old time for it. So the cat got me the initial secondary interview, but I did have to know exactly what I was talking about. Fortunately for me, I worked in another institution already, and I already knew what I was talking about. So despite the fact that the cat was adorable, they did, and did possibly mess my interview up. They actually offered the cat the job anyway. But I did know what I was talking about, and it did establish credibility. Author Dan Schill says, when it comes to Hill speak, which is the jargon that they use in Congress and in DC in general, this speak principally allows for more efficient and effective conversation and adds color to what is often a grueling job. These terms are a significant part of congressional history and evolve or fall out of favor when they're no longer useful. Importantly, Capitol Hill jargon also separates those in the know from those who are outsiders and may be unaware of the intricacies of the jargon. So it's very important that in some cases you know the jargon. Could mean you do or do not have the job. It means you could or could not be credible or useful in your chosen field. And finally, Andre Spicer of the Harvard Business Journal says that also professionals sometimes need highly technical terms to get their job done. For instance, it would be impossible for a doctor to perform surgery without resorting to some medical jargon. I'm not going to say, go get me the spatula so I can make an omelet, unless that means something like, we're going to remove this man's liver. To some degree, colleagues who even have informal conversations or get together for lunch, they can ignite novel ways of seeking business solutions. So instead of being hard on jargon, maybe peel back the layers of the onion. Find your place in your own business world, and just know that it is what it is, and it may help you get a leg up. Thank you very much.